Good morning, Southwest students. This is Mrs. Wade. It's day 38 and it's Wednesday, May 13th. Your activity today is about my community at large, problem solving, and planning. Remember that this is for all four of your core classes: English, Social Studies, Science, and Math. Every project has steps on how to successfully complete the project. Examine the projects you are considering and decide on your final choice. So those ideas that you had yesterday are what you should look at one more time and choose one final project. You will need to organize how you will accomplish your project. Some steps are listed below to help you work. Number 1, design how you are going to conduct your community help project. A, make a list of materials you need, if any. B, describe how you will make or build with your materials if you're doing this. Number 2, list people that you need help from, if any. Number 3, give steps on how to get the community help project to the necessary people. And 4, describe steps to follow to know if people were happier or were helped. So this is your final product, entry 7. Describe your plan in detail. My community help project idea is blank. The first step of my plan is to blank. Next, blank. Then blank. I will need the following materials. Blank can help me with blank. I know that my project was successful if blank. Develop your product with well-chosen, relevant, and sufficient facts, extended definitions, concrete details, quotations, commentary, and other information and examples appropriate to your audience's knowledge. So let's go to our slides now and look at this in a little more detail. Day 38, my community at large, problem solving and planning. For today's assignment, every project has steps on how to successfully complete the project. Examine the projects you are considering and decide on your final choice. You will need to organize how you will accomplish your project. Some steps are listed below to help you work. Number 1, design how you are going to conduct your community help project. A, make a list of materials you will need, if you need any. B, describe how you will make or build with your materials if you're doing this. Number 2, list people that you need help from, if any. So guys, you might be doing a project that is something you can do by yourself, and so if that's the case, you wouldn't have a list of people here. Number 3, give steps on how to get the community help project to the necessary people. So what steps will you follow to make sure that your project gets to the people that need it? And then number 4, describe steps to follow to know if people were happier or were helped. So what are the steps you might take in order to know whether or not your project helped anybody or whether it made them happier? So our final slide for today begins with your product entry 7 and the day 38 Google form link, and we'll come back to this when we're finished with this last slide of the day. Describe your plan in detail. So in red are those sentence frames again. They're to help you in forming your ideas and writing down the details about your plan. My community help project idea is blank. The first step of my plan is to blank. Next, blank. then blank. So you will begin by telling us what your idea is, and then you're going to tell us the steps of your plan. Next, I will need the following materials. So this is where you're going to tell us the details about the materials that you'll need for your project. Blank can help me with blank. So this is about who you will want to help you and how those people will help you. Okay? And then your last sentence frame here in red says, I will know that my project was successful if blank. So what are you looking for to know that your project was successful, that it made people happier, and that it helped them? Lastly, remember to develop your product with relevant, well-chosen facts, definitions, concrete details, quotations, and other information and examples. All right, let's take a look at your Google form. It's very similar to the forms that you have had in the past. Day 38, it begins with your first and last name, a spot to put that. You're going to choose your English teacher's name, who is your math teacher, who is your social studies teacher, who is your science teacher. This next box is the instructions from the AMI packet. It is just like what we looked at, the very first thing in the video for today. And then lastly, this is where you're actually going to type your entry. This is your final product, entry 7, and this is about the details of your plan. One more time, they have put the sentence frames in here to help you to focus on what it is that you're going to tell us about your project ideas. You're going to start out by telling us your idea. What is your idea? Then you're going to tell us the steps in your plan. What would you do first? What would you do next? What would you do after that? And so on. Then you'll tell us about the materials. What things are you going to need to make your project? The next thing is where you're going to tell us about the people that you would like to help you and the way in which you want those people's help. Okay? And then finally, this is about once you have produced your project, how are you going to know that it's successful? How will you know about the people? Did it help them? Were they happier? Okay. Lastly, remember this. Develop your product with well-chosen, relevant, and sufficient facts, extended definitions, concrete details, quotations, commentary, and other information and examples appropriate to your audience's knowledge. I'm looking forward to hearing about your project. Have a good day.